James, I've been watching the sort of the shift of tone with Donald Trump. He's put some money, nearly $3 billion Australian dollars, into a potential vaccine, ordering up doses before we know if the vaccine's successful. Of course, he's wearing a mask. The press conferences are back, but there's, as I said, a shift in tone. Now, we've seen Biden move in the polls. There's claims that he's strengthening. Do you think the strategists have got in the president's ear and said he's got to change tack?
Well, look, there's a bunch of different things happening here, Peter. I mean, for a few weeks there, it did really feel like the administration was spinning out of control. But there's been a number of changes. Number one, he got rid of Brad Parscale, who ran his 2016 campaign, and now he's got new people in running things. The tone is very different. As you say, there's money being spent on vaccines, much more of a sort of a respect for the CDC and scientists and medicine, and even the wearing of the masks. And I was joking to somebody the other day, now that Trump is wearing a mask and saying it's patriotic, are we going to have the left now saying, you know, actually the president's not right there. We're going to fact check that. Maybe, you know, it's only certain circumstances, but, you know, it's not patriotic to wear a mask, people. Come on. Because, of course, that's the weird Newtonian back and forth of American politics right now. The thing is, though, with Biden, I just don't buy any of these polls that say that he's so far ahead. He's barely campaigning. You know, you only see him in these very controlled situations. They're talking about trying to figure out a way to get out of the debates, which, you know, Donald Trump would love to have with Biden. But here's the key thing. You talk to Americans, and Americans I talk to say, you never actually run into anybody who says, oh, yeah, I'm a big Biden backer for any sort of positive reasons other than not Trump. And when you look at what's happening in the cities, the law and order, and everything like that, I just don't see how the Democrats get over the line right now.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Well, they're going to announce a running mate for Biden very shortly. He's saying the 1st of August. We'll know who that is. There's 5 names in the mix: Kamala Harris, Keisha Bottoms, Val Demings, Susan Rice, Tammy Duckworth. Who do you think will get it, Corey?
I really don't know, and I'm not sure it matters. It'll be a virtue signal by the Biden camp to try and placate, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement and any other sort of movement that's there. I suggest that Elizabeth Warren would fancy her chances as well, because she's, you know, Native American. It's just, it's like an assortment of people who are trying to appease just little groups. And I'm with James. I don't think Biden is going to get over the line, because there are too many flaws in his candidacy. There's too much baggage. He's been a senator, for goodness sake, since 1972. That's longer than you've been alive, Peter, I reckon.
I know, 71, but just that's very kind of you, Corey. Just quickly, James, do you want to chance your arm? Give me a name.
I think, you know, Kamala Harris is the likely one, but she's she's disadvantaged by the fact she's an ex-prosecutor, which is not going to play well with the anti-cop left. So I don't know. I think Elizabeth Warren would be his best shot, but I don't think he'll do it.
Yeah, interesting. We'll see what happens. Gentlemen, as always, thank you for your time. Corey Bernardi, James Morrow.